STA 1224 Introduction to Statistical Software. Lesson 3 Graphical Methods for Describing Data. So you know that there are so many graphical methods to describe the data. The first one is we considered as histogram. So there is an option in under the graph menu in the menu tab, statistical software. So you can choose a graph histogram, then you can see these dialog box, and these are the items in the dialog box. We can use this graph variables and data display, and so then there are some display methods, area, bar, connect, likewise, and for each, so we can use for group or these things, and I will explain through an example how we can draw the graph or no histogram. Right, then we can add the title, data labels, polygons, footnotes, link, text markers for this, and also the for frame. So we will discuss with data. So this here I will editor, enable commands. I will go to draw a histogram for the height. As I explained, so we can go to the graph menu and histogram, and there are so many types of histograms, so you can choose the histogram which you need here, simple, and this one with fit, it means you can show with the normal curve, and also with groups and fit with groups. You can select any type of histogram as for your need. I am selecting simple histogram, and I am going to draw for height. It means we have to select height. Then you can see the scales, labels. You can label the title and subtitle, then footnotes, all the things, and then data view, that's bars, symbols, percentiles, area, as I explained in the slides, and also multiple graphs. You can click those tabs and select the options and press OK. Then you can see the histogram. Okay, or you can use the command window. So we can type histogram C2, then histogram will display. Right, that is the other method. Right, the regions, we discussed those things, midpoint, cut point, then character based histogram. So then another thing we can discuss, that the character based histogram, then here graph, character graphs, histograms produce the character based histogram in the session window using the horizontal line of asterisks represent data points. Here that character based histogram is displayed in the session window, but then earlier we discussed that is that histogram is opened in the separate graph window. Right, so here asterisks are represent, mean that is indicates how many observation each asterisk represent. If we need, we can change this asterisk sign. Observation falling interval boundary output interval that has largest midpoint. Minitab can display up to 100 intervals in a single histogram. Right, okay, then this I will explain how we can draw the character based histogram in Minitab 17. You must be stand graphics mode to character graphs. Use the command gstd prior to generating your graph. If you need to generate character graph, what you have to do is first you have to type gstd dot, then put enter. So then you can draw the character graph. And if you need to draw the high resolution graphics, so what you have to do is you have to type gpro dot. Okay, so I will explain how we can draw the character graph. First we have to switch to the standard mode, gstd dot, then histogram c2, that syntax is same, but this is a character graph, sorry, character histogram here. So if you need to standard histogram, what you have to do, GPRO dot, then what we have to do is histogram C2, then you can see the histogram, that is graphic high resolution one. Or if you need to, again you have to GSTD histogram. This time I'm going to draw for the height, earlier height, now weight. So this is the character histogram for the weight. Okay, I think now you have the idea about how you can draw character histograms. Character for drawing the character one, what you have to do is first you have to switch to the mode by typing the syntax GSTD dot, then enter, then you can draw the character graphs. And if you need to switch for the normal mode, what you have to do, you have to type GPRO dot, then this is the graphical professional graphics now enabled. If you need to switch for the character method, what you have to do, GSTD dot, then it is switch for the other type. And next we will consider about dot plot. So a dot plot says a dot for each observation along a number line. If there are multiple occurrences of an observation, or if observations are too close together, then dots will be stacked vertically. If there are too many points to fit vertically in graph, then each dot may represent more than one point. In this case, a message will be displayed on the graph denoting the maximum number of observations that the dot represent. Right, so we can choose the in menu bar graph dot plot. Right, so then dialog box items, then you can see this, no? Right, yes, dot plot. This is a character based dot plot. First we will draw the dot plot. So we have to go graph, then dot plot, simple one we can select. Okay, then I'm going to draw for height, scales and labels, title, subtitle, footnote you can add there, and multiple graphs if you need that from here. Then so you can take you can choose options from these tabs, and okay, this is the dot plot, right? Okay, and I'm going to draw that now character based dot plot. What you have to do, first you have to type GSTD here typed, then you have to type dot plot C2. This is the dot plot. Or if you need to draw this dot plot according to groups, dot plot, then with groups, it means graphing value by taking height and according to gender. Then we'll see what happened. Right, this is the dot plot according to gender. Right, so I am going to draw the character based dot plot for the gender. What we have to do is dot plot C2, then semicolon, then by gender dot, then this is the character based dot plot for by gender, height by gender. Right, yes, this is I explained. Then charts, it means bar graphs. Right, so if you need to draw the bar graph, what you have to do is graph, then bar chart, then simple bar chart we can select. So what is the character waves? I am drawing for the weight, then you can see the bar graph. Okay, or you can type chart C2, then chart of height is displayed there. Right, okay, that is how we can draw the bar graphs, right? That's only. Then pie chart. So how we can draw the pie chart? Again, graph, then pie chart. So category variables, I am going to draw the pie chart for the mathematics marks. Then options are there, so you can select these options, labels, titles, all the things you can add, and press OK. This is the pie chart. Okay, so if you need to draw by using the syntax, what you have to do is pie chart C5, then chart will be displayed, right? Then we see what is next. This is about pie charts. Yes, you can read those things and try with your own. Then graph plot. Plot means scatter plot, right? A plot displays a point paired coordinates from two variables. One variable provides the coordinates for the vertical y-axis, and the one variable provides the coordinates for the horizontal x-axis. The default form of a plot is the scatter plot, which displays the symbols for those points. If you change the data displays the elements of a point from which the default symbols, you can create area plots, line plots, and smooth line plots. You can also create combination plots that use multiple data display elements such as the symbols and line together, right? So we'll see how we can draw a plot. So I'm going to draw a scatter plot for weight and height. What you have to do is graph, scatter plot, simple one, simple scatter plot for height and weight. Then you can, there are some options, you can take these options here, you can add the title and the other things, and press OK. So this is the scatter plot for the height and weight. Okay, or we can use G for then plot I'm going to draw now here C4 asterisk C5. Then this is the way of drawing the scatter plot using the session command window. Or so we can draw multiple at once. So what you have to do is plot C2 asterisk C3 and C4 asterisk C5. Then at once it will be displayed, right? Now we will consider gstd dot character, how we can draw the character based scatter plot. What you have to do is again same syntax, plot C2, now asterisk is not needed, C2 C3. Now you can see scatter plot. Or if you need to draw the other one, what is plot C4 C5, that is the scatter plot. Now you can see here that symbol is default asterisk. We can change the symbol. The way of changing plot C4 C5 then semicolon symbol. So I am if think I want to use X symbol, then dot X. Then what is happening there? Then you can see instead of this asterisk sign, X is coming there. You can use any symbol you like. So plot C4 C5 symbol. If I need to choose $sign, yes, that is $sign, right? Okay. Right, if you need to draw the multiple scatter plots, what we have to do is mplot. So C2 C3 and C4 C5. Yes, here if there are two data points, what is happening here, it shows that is 2, right? A is height versus weight, this is height versus weight, and this B is for science marks versus maths marks. Okay, so this is how we can draw the multiple scatter plot. The other thing is a scatter plot. You can read this presentation. Then character based scatter plot I explained, and yes, this is character based. And multiple scatter plot, again I explained. Then stem and leaf diagram. Right, so to draw the stem and leaf diagram, so we can go graph stem and leaf. So I am choosing height. Okay, the stem and leaf diagram for height. Or if we need to draw the stem and leaf diagram by gender, so by variable then height, the by variables, that is gender, then it is this is for stem and leaf diagram for gender 1. We can take 1 for male, and gender 2, that is for female, it is separately come. So we will see how we can do this using the command line. So we have typed stem and leaf C2, then we can stem and leaf displayed. Or if you need to draw the stem and leaf diagram by gender, what you have to do is stem and leaf, then in C3 now semicolon by gender, full stop. Yes, you can see stem and leaf diagram by gender now. Okay, so then next thing is stem and leaf diagrams box plot. Right, so if you need to draw the box plot, so graph, then dot plot, box plot. Yes, simple box plot for height. Yes, this is the box plot. Or you can draw the box plot, graph box plot with groups weight by gender. Then here options you can see, this is the box plot of weight by gender, gender 1, gender 2. Okay, same thing we can do GPRO dot using the command window. So box plot C2, box plot C2. Yes, you can see the box plot. Or if you need to draw a box plot by gender, what you have to do is box plot C2 semicolon by gender is C1, full stop. Okay, we will do character based one. So GSTD dot, then we can draw the box plot of C2. Yes, this is a box plot, that is character based box plot. And if you need to draw by gender, so what you have to do is box plot of C2 semicolon by C1, then you can see gender 1 and gender 2. Okay, box plot, then character based box plot I explained, and then stack and unstack. Sometimes you may need to combine 2 or more variables, so you can analyze with one command. Minitab let you easily stack the contents columns on top of each other you can store the stack's content in another column, preserving the original columns. Yes, it means if you need to arrange two columns in one column, what you have to do is you can use the syntax stack and arrange it is in one column by keeping the original columns. When you stack the columns, you can also create the column of subscript or identifier code that indicates which column an observation come from. Identifier can be used to subset your data later. So then stack, you can use a stack columns, a data stack columns. Yeah, then C1 sheet stack more blocks stack columns, then you can use stack block of columns and unstack columns. Yes, using this subscription. So we will try one by one. So first one, data stack columns. We can go data stack columns. So then C2 C3 we can type C2 is this one, and C2 and C3 we are going to column in and store subscriptions in we are going to current worksheet in I'm C15 and subscriptions in C14, right? Okay, yes, then it is stacked. Here you can see height 132 150 it is coming, and weight it is started from here, and that is 45. Yes, weight 45 50 45 50 likewise. Now it is in one column, right? Then next option is stack block of columns. C1 C4 C5 C6, right? We will see how we can do this. Data stack block of columns. We can stack this C2, these two, and science marks, maths marks in current worksheet. In the current worksheet, store subscriptions in C16, and it is going to create in C17 and C18. We'll see what happened. Yes, here you can see now height, weight, science marks, all the things stacked, right? Okay, then unstack columns. So what you have to do is you can use these subscriptions to unstack these columns. So data unstack columns, unstack the data in, I am taking C15, right? C15 using the subscriptions in C14, and after last column use it means we are going to unstack the data in C19. We'll see. Yes, now you can see C15 height, C15 weight. Now it is unstacked again. Okay, it is separated as the original one. Original one is 132 45. Likewise here 140 32 45 it is unstacked. Then stack rows. Again you can stack rows as well. Yeah, data stack rows. Then I am taking C2 and C3, in the stack data in C21, and subscriptions, row subscriptions, column subscription, we can use C22 and C23. Yes, this is the again row subscriptions. Then you can see 132 height, that is the row 1 column height, row 1 column weight, row 2 column height. Likewise you can see this row stacks. Okay, then concatenate. Then now we stack the numerical data, right? We stack the numerical data, but we can't stack the text data. So we to stack the to arrange the text data, I will erase these things. Now it is easy. Then erase C14 to C25. Now it is erased. Okay, so now I am going to explain the concatenate. Use concatenate to combine two or more text columns side by side and store them in a new column. But there are two conditions: data must be in text and column must be in equal length. For example, portions of social security numbers were originally entered in column C1 to C3. We use concatenate to combine C1 to C3 in one column. Okay, right. Okay, so I will explain how we can concatenate these look at this one. These are text data. It means this is how your that course code is created here. STA year 1 level 2 3 credits and serial number of the course is 3, that is applied statistic 1, and this is our course, that is introduction to statistical software. STA, that is the subject code, year 1 level 2 2 credits, and the serial number, that is the fourth course of your under the statistics subject. That is how the serial is created. So we are going to name C12 as course code. Right, now we are going to create the course code by using the concatenate all these text data. So we can go you can use here data concatenate. So what are the data? C subject code, year, level, credits, and serial. Stored this data in C12, right? Okay, so then you can see STA 1 2 3 3, it is concatenated. Okay, so we can choose this, we can do this manually as well by using the session commands. Concatenate C7, C8, C9, C10, C11 to C13. now again same thing, you can see here STA, because now we use the session command, same thing is happening. Okay, right. Then cross tabulation and tally summary, forms of input data. So you know that how we can use the tally, how number of data here. Okay, so we can use stat tables tally. Then here there are some options: count, percent, cumulative counts, cumulative percents. Right, use the tally to get one-way tables of counts or persons from the raw data. That is, you have one row of the data for each observation. Use tally, display the following counts, it means frequencies, and cumulative counts, persons and cumulative persons. So we will found that we can get stat tables and tally individual variables. Before that I will erase this thing, right? I will erase this text data C7 to C30, right? Stat tables tallies, and so we can find the counts in here, height. So you can see 220 trees, and these are the frequencies, 125 likewise. Or we can count the gender, how many gender wise. So I am using now session command, tally C1, then count. There are 9 males and 11 females. Or we can find the percentages, then cumulative counts and cumulative percentages. So how we can take this, tally C1, then semicolon, counts, semicolon, persons, semicolon, and cumulative counts, semicolon, and cumulative persons, full stop. Yes, you can see count, then percentages, and cumulative count, and cumulative percentage. Same thing we can do by using this menu, stat tables tally. Then you can click these things, then stat tables and show results. Then you can show these results. Okay, and then cross tabulation. Cross tabulation displays one-way, two-way, and multi-way tables containing the count, persons, and summary statistics such as mean, standard deviations, and maximums for associated variables. To use this procedure, your data must be in raw form, or they can be in collapse from the summary statistics for associated variables are not displayed. You can use perform the chi-square test for association. There is an example, and yes, how we can find the mean, median, and other things. Alright, stat tables cross tabulation. Alright, we will go to there. Stat tables cross tabulations, and here mean, sums, you can see. Options, rows, we can see gender, weight. So you can take row, persons, and these things, rows and row. I will take height for columns, height, and for columns, weight. Yes, you can see these things here, row percent, column percent, and total percentage. Right, and or we can so I will explain later that we can use the basic statistics and calc column statistics, row statistics, and make those things as well. I will explain that later. And the distributions and random data. So yeah, calc random data. So here random data, so we can calculate the random data. So for any distribution, chi-square, normal, Bernoulli. Here in the example here taken the binomial distribution, and generate 20 rows of data C1 to C50, number of trials 5 and probability of success 3. We'll see how we can do this. Calc random data here, binomial distribution, number of rows 20, and C1 to C50 I will take C11 to C60, right? And number of trials 5 and some probability of success 0.3. Now what happened? Yes, random data is generated here up to here 20 rows and 50 data up to C60. Yeah, here you can see according to our command, right? Then erase C6 to C60, right? Then yes, that is all about in the lesson, but I will going to explain more about the descriptive statistics. So we can take here stat basic statistics, display descriptive statistics, the variables we can take height, then we can see here descriptive statistics here, mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, quad, q1, median, q3, maximum, all the things you can see. Or if you can take basic statistics display by multiple as well, weight, height, weight, science marks, all the things. Then here all the things you can display here. Or you can see by groups as well. It means stat basic statistics groups. I am taking maths marks of the students by gender. Here gender 1, maths mark, mean, medium. Separately you can find these here. And also if you need to find the number of males and females, what we have to do is we can go stat tables, tally the number of males and females you can find here, no? Then how many males? Here 9, females here. And total percent of the males, here you can find this percentage of the males, percentage of the female. Okay, I think now you are clear about the things included in the lesson 3. And if you have any problems, you can let me know. Thank you very much.